And we are live.
Live.
Welcome to Rootzones, sharing the good news and the bad news in the crypto space. My name is Wayne,
And my name is Manish.
and today, the world's largest meat processing company paid $11 million in ransom to cyber criminals. I'm going to share a screen and we can check out what actually transpired.
This morning, $11 million. That's how much ransom one of the country's biggest meat processors paid to get control back from hackers. The money in Bitcoin transferred by JBS Systems after a cyber attack last week shut down operations at some of its plants for days. The company's CEO telling the Wall Street Journal, "It was very painful to pay the criminals, but we did the right thing for our customers," adding outside advisors negotiated the amount with the attackers and that JBS kept federal law enforcement officials updated throughout the process. In a statement, the company suggesting it chose to pay to keep its files safe, saying a preliminary investigation confirmed no company,
Sad.
customer, or employee data was compromised. U.S. officials believe Russian criminal gangs were behind that attack and another one that forced the Colonial Pipeline to shut down for more than a week in May, which triggered gas shortages on the East Coast. The FBI recovered most of the ransom paid in that instance by Colonial. The company's CEO on Capitol Hill now defending his choice to transfer $4.3 million to the attackers.
It was the hardest decision I've made in my 39 years in the energy industry.
But the government recommends against paying ransom.
We need to send this strong message that paying of ransomware only exacerbates and accelerates this problem. You are encouraging the bad actors when that happens.
Some experts predict ransomware crime will cost $6 trillion this year as the two high-profile attacks in a matter of weeks affecting critical U.S. infrastructure raise new questions and new concerns about how vulnerable companies really are.
Well, companies need to proactively protect themselves in advance of these attacks. If they do suffer an attack, sometimes their hands are tied, and the only way for them to get out of the situation is by paying the ransom.
But that's why experts say it is so important for companies to get secure on the front end to prevent this kind of thing in the first place. We do expect President Biden to raise the issue of cyber attacks with President Putin at their summit in Geneva next week, as the White House says the U.S. is not taking any options off the table.
And so, Manish, tell us a bit about how the ransomware works.
Yeah, Wayne. We just watched how the world's largest meat processing company said it paid the equivalent of 11 millions to hackers who broke into the computer systems late last month. So it's quite sad. JBS said that majority of its facilities were operational at the time it made the payment, but it decided to pay to avoid unforeseen issues and ensure no data was removed. I just wanted to put some more information on the ransomware attack. Those who are just watching us, they should be also aware what is ransomware attack. So a ransomware attack are generally relatively unsophisticated. Hackers often use phishing and send employees email containing suspicious link or attachments. If someone clicks, hackers can gain access to the company system and make their way into a valuable database. Once inside, cyber criminal will lock down a key computer systems and demand a ransom return control to the company. So this is very sad, Wayne. I have seen quite number of time where even the last year, many companies, when this ransomware attack started, we both belongs to IT companies. We have seen in the last year also, and we were how panicked we are, and we were working day and night for our customers.
Right.
So increasingly, hackers will also demand a payment to stop them from stealing and leaking the private company data online. Hackers regularly demands that the payment be made in a bitcoins. Nowadays, this cryptos made their work much more easier. They can demand a cryptocurrencies, a bitcoins, in the form of ransoms. So I sad after hearing this news. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's also quite interesting that the cyber criminals now are not even asking for credit. US dollars. They are actually going for Bitcoin. It says a lot about in terms of the value of Bitcoin.
Correct.
that,
And as
right?
we both knows that how fast that Bitcoin can be transferred over a state to state and exchange to exchange. It just need an address, and from that address we can just transfer it to any other countries, and it's very fast, can regulate.
Right,
So
but
that's
Manish,
that's
I
the
just have
problem.
this question because you know that whole infrastructure of Bitcoin is open, right? I mean, you get transparency. So even if you were
Yeah.
to transfer a Bitcoin to another wallet, wouldn't that be something that we could trace?
Very
We
hard
could,
to trace if you can still trace it, but nowadays there is a hardware tokens. After from the exchange, you can bring it to your hardware token. After that, it's hard to trace where it gone. It'll be disappear. So
mm,
and after some point of time, when the news is slow down, you can take out that currencies and put it to your bank account to withdraw it. So it's traceable, but it's still very hard to trace it. It
right,
moves really very fast. You have seen, right, when we are transferring from Binance HG to Binance.com, it takes fraction of seconds, and then it's
exactly.
moved the currency to a different exchange. And sometime we transfer over to a trust wallets and many other different platform also, CoinHako, Coinbase. So it's
Mm.
quite fast.
Yeah. So, speaking about transferring, this reminds me that Silvergate Bank will discontinue, for Binance, for both deposit and withdrawals. Let's check this out. So, they are currently actually working on a alternative USD solution, but things are not clear as to what actually transpired. Recently in Reddit, or Twitter on Thursday,
Mhm.
they are just saying that there was some allegations based on Binance. However, Binance themselves declined, that they don't have anything to add at this point of time. However,
Mhm.
Silvergate and Binance were affiliated until such a time. It is also still not stated when will they actually cease. And the funding was actually introduced sometime in December. And I think right now, Manish, we most likely have to look for alternatives to transfer. I
Yeah.
mean, do you have anything off your top of your mind
I think
that we
we
can pick?
last week we have created some videos on expert transfers. That's being in Singapore. That's I can think of the fastest way. And then the other way is you can transfer money to your Coin Hako, and from Coin Hako you can transfer the money to any other exchange. So this is the two safest method which I would recommend as of now.
Right. So
Yeah.
you're saying that although the Silvergate transfer, which previously we used to use from DBS directly to Binance, today we still use your method, which is the recent
Yeah.
video that you have created.
Yes, correct. So my favorite method is using the XFR, but XFR has a limitation of 30,000 per year. You will be only able to transfer the 30,000 for entire year. But we still have another way to transfer money using the Kind Hako, but the exchange rate will be a bit higher.
Can you recall what's the percentage or
The percentage is, I think, 1% when you
1%?
transfer money. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And the next news that I have is IMF sees legal and economic issues with El Salvador Bitcoin move. I'm not too sure on El Salvador. It seems like it's going to be tricky for them to um, actually have Bitcoin as a legal tender. There's a news that came out I think was it Crypto RS by George, and he was also read that it's going to be a challenge because I think the IMF also were funding El Salvador, and because of this recent adoption of Bitcoin as a legal tender, it seems like they are going to retract back the fundings, and I'm not too sure, whether this thing will pass through. And
Yeah.
all I can say is that maybe it's more from a control standpoint, because if Bitcoin actually reach a certain value, and it might be really difficult to control. And I think something like Bitcoin is actually a game changer. It's going to kind of disrupt the financial industry. And so I think there's legislation and policy maker will have to actually come into play and to ensure that they still come back into control.
Yeah,
Manish, over to you.
any changes, yeah, any new changes which has come, and that is a huge change. Now we are adopting a payment method, we are adopting a new kind of currency, so definitely there is a pain. But I
Mm,
would say for a longer run there are advantage, but it's also comes some disadvantages, like your traceabilities, you will have a challenge since there is no centralized body to regulate it.
right.
But I'm sure we have such a technologies and tools and technology in place. With that we'll be able to have a better traceability of the
Mm.
transactions, and probably they'll be able to overcome from this situation. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I know that for those who have actually 3 Bitcoin, El Salvador is giving out citizenship. So I think that's something that we can look at.
Yeah. I was just going through some news, even for this JBL ransomware. They paid around 7 Bitcoin, if I'm not wrong.
7 Bitcoin. Oh, I thought it was 11 million worth of
Oh,
Bitcoin.
worth of, okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I saw
11 million. Right, 11 million worth
probably
of
even more coin. Yeah.
exactly. So Manish, do you have anything to share over before we head over to the fear index?
Yeah, I have some unique news which I want to
Okay.
share. And some news is coming from China. Let me share it.
Awesome. So while Manish puts up his screen, do join us daily. If you are over in the United States, 9 a.m. Eastern Europe time, and for here where we are based here in Singapore, it's 9 p.m. daily on live. Both streams are on Facebook, but we prefer YouTube. So join us.
All right. So there is a news coming from China. China declared its official cryptocurrency, which should replace their paper currency in next 2 years. So this is quite interesting news, which I was going through and thought to share with our audience and to our Facebook page and YouTube Live. So that's one thing. And another news coming for Ethereum fan. So Reddit co-founders say a lot of his holding are in Ethereum. So those who don't know, Reddit is a social media platform, and Alicius Ohanian is the CEO and founder of this social media platform. So that's all I have it, Wayne, for today.
All right, awesome. Let me head over to the fear index. Let's see what's happening in the market today. So let's check out the crypto. Crypto currently now we are still in the fear state. We have moved actually from I think a couple of days back from 15 to 21. Looking at the graph, it's still today the markets are actually quiet. There's no top performer in terms of the coin. Bitcoin was trying to break that 38,000, and still there's pressure that's coming from the top in terms of selling. If we look over at the VIX index, so the VIX actually is telling us a bit about the sentiment in the traditional stock market. And what's interesting is that while I'm doing a comparison between the crypto space and the traditional markets, you can see that the index is at 15.64 compared to when we were, last year during the COVID situation. Sometime the fear actually dropped from I believe this was May, right? 6th of May, we were doing at the 24th. So guys, we are actually even more lower, and compared to when we were at the fully confidence, there was greed in the market. Everything was rosy, and today we are at 15. So I think what's happening now in the traditional market is that the dollar, there's a lot of FUD in both the crypto space and the dollar. So which will give in? That's really a question, and a lot of people are actually pulling out from the market. They are holding cash, which currently is trash. Will it, when the market collapse, maybe cash becomes king, but we don't know. We don't know how it will all play out, because there's no real safe haven. Some speculate that gold would be the saving grace, which was supposed to reach 3,000, and that was supposed to happen prior to the COVID situation. So it's yet to come. And moving over, we'll look at the top 10. Let me just do a refresh. And there's still some looks bullish on Bitcoin, but we dropped from a high of 10% within the 24 hours to less than 1% now. So as you can see, the market, Ethereum is down by 3.3, USDT is 0.03, Binance Coin is 0.05, Cardano down by 2.95%, Dogecoin is 3.78, XRP 1.77, the USD coin is 0.02, Polkadot is down by 4.84, and Uniswap 5.75. Solana has actually dropped in terms of market cap. It's something that myself and Manish are looking very closely at Solana, and we hope that it actually makes it to the top 10. Let's go to the charts. So this is actually a 4 hours chart. We see good, not really a high volume, but very bullish, and it's above the VWAP. So it seems to be supporting, moving up. And when we take a closer look at the day, we are still on the downtrend, right? But I was talking about this a couple of days back. There's still a support line there somewhere around the 30,000 mark. Will we continue to climb? Is still yet to be determined. A lot of people are still looking at the news, but the trends, the technical analysis is saying something else different. Mostly, the news actually follows what's happening on the technical side of things. So that is yet to be seen. Manish, over to you.
From yesterday to today, I did not find any much difference in a dip of Bitcoin. It's almost similar. Last evening it was 37,400, I think, and then today also almost similar. So I think over the weekend also it will continue. I don't think so it's going to be a recover. Probably from next week onwards, hopefully it will recover. And once Bitcoin is recover, all other altcoins will start picking up.
Right. I think there was
so
a
I think
chart.
You and me, it's been a couple of days we have not done any
this last
live
couple of
trading
days,
also, because the market is
exactly. There's a lot of fear and uncertainty in the crypto space, as well as even in the stock. I don't know. And to add to the matters, we have cyber attacks. We have IMF coming in, trying to control the El Salvador, taking on Bitcoin as a tender. There's a lot of fear in the market. So I hope that there's some good news. Maybe like what you said, Manish. We can be a bit optimistic to look forward to a brighter future. Yeah. So for those who are in,
so hopefully we will start our trading soon. Okay, Kerry, over to you, Wayne.
Yep. So for those who are still hanging there, we still believe in holding. We have seen most of the millionaires who actually made it. They actually stayed all the way because they were looking at the long term. And I think Manish, in the next few weeks, he's working on a big project now, and I think he will also share that he has created a coin. I think Manish, maybe one of the weekends, maybe you can show exactly how to create a token.
Sure.
I think there's some interest there in the marketplace, so look out for that. I mean, Manish is like the CTO when it comes to anything technical. So if you have any questions regarding blockchain, how it is fully integrated, how to create tokens, NFTs, I think that's something that we'll be covering in the next few weeks. So guys, smash the like button if you this is actually a educational radio show. We don't really promote financial advice. We will share exactly what we do, and will never contact any of you guys to share certain kind of promotions. You might find people actually writing in our comments, but it's not endorsed by us. So for any such person that is coming from Rootzones contacting you, please get in touch with myself, Wayne, or Manish, and we will let you know whether that's true. And this is our handle, so you can find us anytime. Wayne at Wayne Fonseca, and for Dear Manish One, you can find him on Twitter, right? Twitter, Instagram, and all that. So
Yeah.
Guys, we'll see you the same time, same channel. And just remember, Rootzones is about sharing the good news and the bad news
And
in the
bad
crypto
news.
space.
Crypto space.
Take care.
Take care. See you tomorrow.